In this eye-opening video, we're diving into the troubling trend of tourists breaking Florida's environmental rules. From feeding alligators to disturbing fragile habitats, these actions can have devastating impacts on wildlife and ecosystems. Join us as we explore 18 shocking instances where visitor negligence has put Florida's natural beauty at risk. Let's unpack these violations and learn why it's essential to protect the Sunshine State's unique environments for generations to come. 1. Feeding alligators. Alligators are fascinating creatures that often captivate tourists visiting Florida. However, feeding these reptiles is not only dangerous but also illegal. When alligators are fed by humans, they lose their natural fear and can become aggressive. This behavior increases the risk of alligator attacks on humans, which is why authorities strictly prohibit feeding them. Tourists might think they are offering a harmless snack, but in reality, they are altering the alligator's natural behavior and putting themselves in danger. Instead, it's best to admire these creatures from a safe distance and respect their habitat. Remember, an alligator that approaches humans is often a direct result of being fed. 2. Stealing sand or seashells. Taking a handful of sand or a beautiful seashell as a memento may seem like a harmless souvenir, but it can have significant environmental consequences. Florida's beaches are home to diverse ecosystems that rely on the natural balance of sand and shells. When tourists remove these elements, it disrupts habitats for marine life and can lead to erosion. Local laws often prohibit the removal of natural resources from beaches to protect these delicate environments. Consider taking a photograph instead, which captures the beauty without disturbing the ecosystem. 3. Walking on coral reefs. Coral reefs are often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, due to their incredible biodiversity. Walking on these reefs can cause irreversible damage as they are made up of living organisms. When tourists step on coral, they can break the delicate structures, leading to the death of the coral and loss of habitat for marine life. It's essential to respect these underwater wonders by observing from a distance or engaging in responsible snorkeling practices. Imagine stepping on a fragile glass sculpture. It wouldn't take much to destroy it, which is akin to the damage caused by walking on coral. 4. Leaving trash on beaches. One of the simplest yet most impactful actions tourists can take is to leave no trace behind. Unfortunately, littering on beaches is a common occurrence that poses severe threats to wildlife and the environment. Trash can entangle or be ingested by marine animals, leading to injury or death. Moreover, it detracts from the natural beauty that attracts visitors in the first place. Carrying a reusable bag for trash and disposing of it properly is a small step that makes a big difference. Think of the beach as a shared living room. If everyone left their trash behind, it would soon become uninhabitable. 5. Disturbing sea turtle nests. Florida is a vital nesting ground for several species of sea turtles, and disturbing their nests can have devastating effects. Tourists might unknowingly walk over nests, use bright lights, or leave obstacles that prevent hatchlings from reaching the ocean. It's crucial to be aware of nesting areas and follow guidelines to ensure the survival of these ancient creatures. Volunteers often mark nests with signs or barriers, but tourists should always be vigilant. Consider the journey of a sea turtle hatchling. It's already fraught with challenges, and human interference only adds to its peril. 6. Driving on protected dunes. Dunes serve as natural barriers against coastal erosion and provide habitats for various species. Driving on these protected areas can cause significant damage, leading to habitat loss and increased erosion. Tourists might be tempted to take a shortcut or enjoy a scenic drive but should respect the designated pathways. Authorities often impose fines for driving on dunes to preserve these critical landscapes. Think of dunes as nature's fortresses, protecting the coast from storms and rising tides. Disrupting them compromises their ability to shield the land. 7. Harassing manatees. Manatees, often called sea cows, are gentle giants that inhabit Florida's waters. While their slow-moving nature makes them easy to approach, it's illegal and harmful to harass them. Tourists might try to touch or feed manatees, but this can alter their behavior and put them at risk. Stress from human interaction can lead to injury or death for these vulnerable creatures. Instead, observing from a distance and using watercraft responsibly helps protect manatees. Imagine trying to relax in your home while strangers constantly intrude. That's the stress manatees experience when harassed. 8. Collecting sea oats or other protected plants. Sea oats are more than just picturesque plants swaying in the breeze. They play a crucial role in stabilizing sand dunes. Tourists often mistake them for decorative plants and remove them, not realizing their importance. Local laws protect sea oats and other native plants to preserve dune ecosystems. Removing these plants can lead to increased erosion and habitat destruction. Instead, tourists should admire their beauty without disturbing them. Think of sea oats as the stitches holding a quilt together. Removing them unravels the entire structure. 9. Using illegal fishing practices. Fishing is a popular activity in Florida, but it's essential to follow regulations designed to protect marine life. Illegal practices, such as using prohibited gear or catching undersized fish, can deplete fish populations and harm ecosystems. Tourists might not be aware of local laws, but ignorance is not an excuse. It's crucial to research and adhere to fishing guidelines to ensure sustainable practices. Imagine a farmer harvesting crops before they mature. The yield would be poor, and the land's productivity diminished, similar to the effects of illegal fishing. 10. Releasing balloons into the air. While releasing balloons might seem like a harmless celebration, it can have dire consequences for wildlife. Balloons often end up in oceans and on beaches, where they can be mistaken for food by marine animals. Ingesting balloons can lead to blockages and death for creatures like sea turtles and birds. Instead, consider alternative celebrations that don't harm the environment. Think of balloons as wolves in sheep's clothing. They appear innocent but carry hidden dangers for wildlife. 11. Trampling seagrass beds. Seagrass beds are vital underwater habitats that support diverse marine life. Tourists might inadvertently damage these areas by walking or anchoring boats on them. Trampling seagrass uproots the plants, leading to habitat loss and decreased water quality. It's essential to be mindful of these delicate ecosystems and avoid disturbing them. Consider seagrass beds as the ocean's gardens, where each plant plays a role in maintaining the balance of life. 12. Bringing invasive species. Invasive species are non-native organisms that can wreak havoc on local ecosystems. Tourists might unknowingly introduce these species by bringing plants or animals from other regions. Invasive species often outcompete native species for resources, leading to biodiversity loss. It's crucial to be aware of regulations regarding the transport of plants and animals to prevent environmental disruption. Imagine a newcomer moving into a community and taking over resources, leaving little for their original residents. That's the impact of invasive species on ecosystems. 13. Camping in restricted areas. Camping in Florida's natural areas offers a unique way to connect with the environment, but it's essential to respect designated camping zones. Restricted areas often serve as habitats for sensitive species or protect fragile ecosystems. Tourists might inadvertently damage these areas by setting up camp where it's prohibited. Following guidelines ensures the preservation of these natural spaces for future generations. Imagine a museum with "Do not touch" signs. The beauty is there to be admired, not altered by human hands. 14. Using harmful sunscreens in coral areas. Sunscreen is essential for protecting skin from harmful UV rays, but some ingredients can be detrimental to coral reefs. Certain chemicals in sunscreen can cause coral bleaching and inhibit growth. Tourists visiting coral areas should opt for reef-safe sunscreens that don't contain harmful ingredients. It's a small change that can make a big difference in preserving underwater ecosystems. Consider sunscreen like a double-edged sword. While it protects humans, it can harm the very environments we cherish. 15. Disrupting bird nests. Florida's diverse bird population includes many species that nest in coastal areas. Tourists might disturb nests by walking too close, using drones, or leaving trash. These disturbances can lead to nest abandonment or predation, threatening bird populations. Awareness and respect for nesting areas are crucial for protecting avian life. Imagine building a home only to have it constantly disturbed by intruders. That's the plight of birds when their nests are disrupted.